legend, none other than the good CS Keys from out in San Diego, California, where we'll spend some time talking about the NFL. CS, what's going on, brother?
Hey, man, I can't call it. How you doing, my man?
Pretty good, pretty good. It's always a pleasure to have you on the show because I don't know, you don't feel like a guest. It feels like you're right at home because as often as I've been on your show to talk whatever the sports is or whatever the topic is, I wanted to extend that because there's something going on in the NFL. I don't even know where to start, so I'll throw out topics to you, CS, and you tell me your thoughts on it.
Let's roll with it.
All right. I'm going to say 2 words. It's one name, Cam Newton.
Superman Cam. Superman Cam. Like he said last week, which I thought was a great quote from him when some of the other players on the other team were complaining about him dancing in the end zone. Like he said, then keep me out the end zone. And right now, you can't keep him out. Actually, Carolina, I'm going to say is a surprise. Their defense is not a surprise to me, but the offense is the biggest surprise. And his maturity, meaning Cam's maturity, has really come to the forefront. Carolina's looking tough, man. They're looking tough.
They're looking tough, and I'm going to tell you, I was a little pissed off last week because I wanted to speak with you last week one-on-one, and I think I should have just picked up the phone when everyone should have been talking about back then the 9-0 Panthers a week ago. They were talking about what some lady wrote, some letter she wrote.
Oh yeah,
about gyrations and all this other stuff. And come on,
like it was said before. You know, Aaron Rodgers gets commercial out of doing his dance, and then Cam wants to get criticized for doing his. So, you know, I'm not going to go as far as the racial thing, but I'm going to go as far as the racial thing because that's what it is. I mean,
that's what it is.
Now. Come on.
Come on, CS. Come on. Hey, want to know your thoughts on – I mean, we all kind of know this was the beginning of the end for Peyton Manning, but do we have is it too soon to say we have a quarterback controversy?
No, I wouldn't say that because I thought last year, as he started to decline last year, and of course we found out there was an injury to his leg, I believe it was. But last year, the second half of the year, Peyton was not looking like the Peyton of old, and that's just Father Time. Father Time is undefeated, and once one injury comes, every other injury is going to come about. And this year, from the beginning, from week one, Peyton wasn't looking good. I mean, I know Bronco fans out here in San Diego who were just hating on Peyton because he wasn't really producing like he used to produce back in the day. And now it comes to fruition that he's got another injury. But I don't think there's a controversy at all. I think Brock Osweiler, they've been grooming him for a number of years to be his backup, be his replacement. And right now they're just going to see what they have in him.
I think that's fair. So tell me, is Jameis Winston a boss?
Jameis Winston. I have so many conflicting thoughts about him. I hope it's not the case, but I know he's an accident waiting to happen. There are certain things that are just you, and he can try and be, say the right things, do the right things. He's like Johnny Manziel. Something's going to happen sooner or later because it's your personality. And that's the feel I get for Jameis Winston. Something's gonna pop up. He's gonna steal more crab legs. He's gonna do something stupid that's gonna make the news again. And who you are is who you are. You can't hide it. And to me, that's that feel I have about him. Something's gonna happen to him that he's gonna blow up.
Tell me about we got to address the 800-pound gorilla in the room because we get it from I get it from a lot of people on Twitter, and I'm sure you do too. The Cowboys and Greg Hardy. Oh my God. I mean, and you had asked me some questions about Greg Hardy last year on your show, the CS Key show, about Greg Hardy, and we were both, I guess we both felt uncomfortable. What is your take on Greg Hardy and Jerry Jones and just the blow up on?
This is my thing.
Yeah.
This is my thing. I read the transcript of the original trial, and I had said then, if anybody would just read the transcript, he wouldn't be in the league at all. And now all of a sudden the pictures come out after he signed with the Cowboys, and It's exactly what I said. Now you see what was written. The only reason why he wasn't in jail is because he paid the girl off. Everybody knows that. It's a known fact. He paid her off, and he's really shown no attrition. He showed no apologetic. I mean, nothing. Even on the sidelines when he blew up with Dez, that showed you Greg Hardy, and that showed you a little bit about what she may have saw in him. This was controlled on the sideline. When they were by themselves, he just went ballistic. But there's no way in the world, and I never advocate anybody losing their job or anything like that, but when you're getting paid millions of dollars and you do something like that, and as Jerry Jones would say, he's a leader on my team, there's something wrong there, man. There's something wrong there.
So what happened? Is Jerry Jones just lost his mind?
Jerry is all about trying to get that W. He's trying to chase that championship, which I don't think is going to happen this year. I mean, they're way too far in the hole this year. Tony Romo comes back yesterday. They get a W. I think it was more the poor Miami Dolphins defense than it was Tony Romo coming back, but it's a good story. Tony Romo comes back. They get a W. Okay, no problem. But they're still going to be the Dallas Cowboys. They're not going anywhere. They were building and they were chasing for a championship this year, but injuries got the best of them with Dez and Romo and things of this manner, and even, Sean Lee, who could never stay healthy on defense. But they're not going anywhere this year. But Jerry Jones is all about making that mighty dollar, getting that hype. He is the best hyped owner in the world. I got to give him credit for that. Dallas Cowboys will always be in the conversation because of Jerry Jones.
Let's talk about. I mean, and you introduced this word for me, the bungle.
The bungle in the jungle. You know what? They are a surprise though. But the last couple of games, they've stumbled or they bungled. But I think they will make the playoffs. Whether they're going to do what they always do in the playoffs is a big question because that's one of the hurdles they got to get over. Marvin Lewis has been, I think, 13 years now. He's been at the helm with Cincinnati, and not a playoff win yet. Like I said, I never advocate for nobody losing their job. But if you're a head coach that long and you haven't produced in the playoffs, it's about time to open up the one ads.
And that's what's so amazing because you and I had spoken in the past, and I said, I'm a fan of Marvin Lewis, and I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he does it.
No, I don't know how he. I mean, the family that owns the Bengals, the Browns, I think it's Paul Brown's son, or whatever his name is. They must be the most lenient people. I want to get a job there. I won't worry about losing my job.
We got to touch upon Greg Hardy. I mean, we touched upon Greg Hardy. We don't want to do that again. We want to touch upon the Cardinals and Carson Palmer because I saw something over the last 2 weeks. I mean, I guess the infinite wisdom of the NFL with showcasing them 2 weeks in a row on Sunday Night Football.
Thursday night.
Are they the real deal? Yeah,
Arizona was the real deal last year. Their problem was that he got hurt last year. I mean, he got hurt without even having a football, incident. It was just a freak accident when he blew his Achilles again, or excuse me, ACL. But Carson and the Cardinals were the real deal last year. But now this year they're clicking on all cylinders. He's looking really good. But I've seen that in Carson before in Cincinnati. It just didn't work out in Cincinnati. But right now in Arizona, they got the defense clicking, the offense is clicking, their special teams is clicking. I mean, you got all 53 men on that team focused on one thing, and it's showing on the field.
All right, I got to touch upon, I'm going to say the name. I mean, when we think of Vikings, we usually think of AP, but Teddy Bridgewater, what has he shown you this season so far?
I got to kind of eat my words on Teddy Bridgewater because last year I was saying, he's going to be a bust. He's not going to be a very good quarterback. Well, he is. And he has matured so fast, but the thing is, he's got the right people around him. Norv Turner, who I've always said is not a very good head coach, he's a great offensive coordinator, and he's showing it right now. He's got that offense clicking. He's got Teddy doing the right thing, and they're not asking him to do a whole bunch. When you got AP in the backfield, you don't have to do a whole bunch. Excuse me, his touchdowns are down because they're not asking him to throw a bunch. So he's in the right system. He's in the right position, and he's looking good. He's looking really good.
The other elephant in the room, well, there's two more, but the Chip Kelly experiment, do we pull the plug on this, CS?
I think after this year, because I don't know, I'm from Philly, and I know the Philly fans are just eating his ass up right now on radio talk show and everywhere else, because what he has done, he blew things up just to build it up, but the way he's built it up, it's not working out. It's just not working out. DeMarco Murray goes from being in the conversation of an MVP last year to out of the conversation at all this year. I mean, that's not the right offense for him. And then he has two more backs back there with Matthews and Sproles. Now, Sproles can work out perfect in that offense. And then you got the quarterback situation where I already knew ahead of time that Brett wasn't going to last all year long. He's so injury prone. And now he's hurt again. Then you got Marvin Dirty Sanchez back there. You know, he gonna do what he do, throw interceptions. So I mean, after this year, I would definitely look into having Chip skip.
So I guess the way the Super Bowl ended, everyone in America and abroad was scratching their head with that last play that was called by Darrell Bevell that was signed off by Pete Carroll. It seems like certain play has continued on this season, but I didn't know that Dan Quinn was the most important person in the Legion of Boom. Well, what's your takes on the Seattle Seahawks?
Well, I think because of the holdout with Cam, that kind of messed up the chemistry back there in the secondary. And then, of course, when you look at it, they're not looking the same on defense like they did last year. Not just the Legion of Boom, but the defensive line, the linebackers, and more importantly, that offensive line is offensive. But to their excuse, they've got tight ends at tackle. They got defensive tackles at guard. So you got different people in different positions that never played it before and trying to find their way through the season where you should be doing that in the off season. But now, of course, the season is here. So there's a lot of different pieces in wrong places right now in Seattle. Will they get it together? I think they will, because there's too much there and they've built too much to just let it fall apart. But I think they'll get it together. But I just don't know, what the damage will be by the time they get it together.
I had the pleasure of, I would say roughly about a month ago, I visited San Francisco. I went there for the Seattle against San Francisco Thursday Night Football game. It was, excuse my language, it's a shit show out there in San Francisco. I saw the 49er faithful leaving at the second quarter. People were blasting Kaepernick. And now that he's on the season-ending IR, wow.
Well, he said a few weeks ago he's not coming back to San Francisco. So for him to go to, and this is what happened. He went to management and had the coaching staff and said, I'm getting surgery, so put me on IR. He asked them to put him on IR. He's done that. He doesn't want to be there anymore. So when a player comes to you and tells you, I'm going to give me an operation, put me in IR, everything, basically his clothes are packed. He just hasn't put him in the car yet. But he's going to be gone, and he said he wanted to be out of there. And things have just imploded in San Francisco. Since Harbaugh left, things have just started blowing up in their face. You got young guys who are retiring, in their second and third year.
Right.
Dudes are it's a mass exodus out the door before the season started. So, I mean, there's a lot in San Francisco that's got to be fixed.
We're going to head towards Indianapolis, where the feel-good story a couple of seasons ago were with Chuck Strong and Bruce Arians. Now we have Andrew Luck with a lacerated spleen, and he wasn't playing good, and, there's issues going on with management and Pagano. What's happening there?
I don't think Chuck's going to last this year. I think he'll last at the end of the year, but he won't last past this year. I don't know what the deal is with that. That's falling apart so quick. And that just goes to show you, one day you could be the hero. Next day you could be the zero. That's just life in the NFL. I mean, so you might as well enjoy your time at the top as long as you can, because you will see the bottom again sooner or later. I mean, but it's unfortunate, but that's the name of the game. And you have injuries, and injuries in the NFL is to be expected. People kill me always bringing up injuries, this, injuries, that. Here in San Diego, This team is terrible at 2-8,
right.
and yesterday they got blown out by 33-3. And people the Charger fans want to say injuries. I got on the radio and told them point blank, stop it, just stop it. The Steelers have the most players on IR at 14. The Patriots have the second most at 13. The Patriots are undefeated, and the Steelers are 6-4. I mean, they're still winning because they have guys on there that are ready to play. If you make a 53-man roster, that tells me you can play in the NFL. So if you are still losing and using injuries as an excuse, that means your personnel is terrible. You got the wrong people on the field.
Let's talk about the Oakland Raiders. I think you hold them near and dear.
That's right.
There's a little resurgence going on out there. Amari Cooper's the real deal.
I love what Jack Del Rio's doing, man. I love what he's doing. I love the coaching staff he's put together. Ken Norton Jr., defensive coordinator, is kicking it.
Yes.
The offense is looking great. In the last 3 years, their draft choices have been outstanding and are going to be the nucleus of the team for years to come. You got Khalil Mack on the defensive side, Amari Cooper. You got Derek Carr, who I said last year is going to be a stud, and he's a stud right now. They're still making some young mistakes, which is to be expected, but they're going to do a lot better this year than they did last year. I said they're going to finish at 10-6. I may be over-exaggerating a little bit, but wherever they finish this year, 9-7, 10-6, is going to be a hell of an improvement. And wait till I'll give it 2 more years. The silver and black is going to make that attack.
Wow. So I guess we have to talk about the Patriots.
Why not? Why not?
Why not? What's your thoughts on the Patriots? I mean, it's Tom Brady, it's Giselle, it's Gronk, and it's Belichick. But what else can we say about them?
It's a system that works. Like Belichick says to everybody, just do your job. Don't worry about somebody else. You do your damn job. And they've got injuries all across the board in New England. But every person that steps up, they do exactly what Belichick says. Do your job, and they're still rolling. Tonight should be a hell of a game with the Bills and your boy Ryan. I I mean, Sexy Rexy. You know, he knows how to put his foot in his mouth, but you know he likes stuff on toes anyway. But, but it's going to be interesting tonight on that game. But the Patriots are the Patriots, man. I got to give them credit. It's a hell of an organization. They run it the right way. They get the right people in there, be it free agents or draft picks. Very quiet about going with their business, and they do their damn job. And now look at them. They're 9-0, could be 10-0 after tonight.
Hey, want to shift gears a little bit, and we're talking with the great CS Keys from CS Keys Show. Find him on Twitter. CS, let's talk about movers and shakers. Let's talk about NFL going global, NFL on Yahoo. Well, what's your take on NFL and their global movement?
Well, the NFL is the greatest game going, period. They know it. They're making billions and billions and billions of dollars. And sometimes when you make that much money and you get that much exposure and you're at the top of the game, you think you can do a lot of different things. This London crap needs to stop. At first it was just one game in London. Now the last couple of years has been 2 games in London. And now Jacksonville's locked in, for 4 years now to be in London. It's ridiculous. First of all, football over there is soccer, and that's dominant. No problem. Soccer will never be dominant here in the United States. But the London thing has to stop. Even the players and the coaching staff, they all hate it. Because even though if you're going to London, you're going to buy the next week, but you're still not, recouped from traveling all the way over there in the first place. So It's not going to be a movement over in London. I know it's a moneymaker. That's all it is. But they need to stop that.
Let's talk about relocation. The Rams, the Chargers, the Raiders, the arms race has started. What's your take on who's moving where and why?
Well,
and does it make sense?
Everybody needs to realize that the people who are going to decide it are the 32 owners. They got to vote on it. There's also a relocation price you got to pay. I'm hearing anywhere from $500 to $600 million to go to a certain place. L.A. last year, I think it was November last year, they did a city council vote. They wanted either Rams or the Raiders to come. Not one person said anything about the Chargers. And that's why I tell people here in San Diego, in order for the Chargers to move, you have to be wanted to go somewhere. Don't nobody want their ass. So they're going to be right here in San Diego, and all they're trying to do right now is position themselves to get what they want from a stadium standpoint. I get that. That's business, no problem. But my take, the Rams will be there because Kroenke has his own money. He doesn't need the city to give him any kind of money. He's got his own money, so he's going to be there. Rams will be there. Raiders, I'm not too sure of, but they were very successful when they were in L.A. before, won 2 championships there. I think Oakland wants to keep them right where they're at, and I think Davis will probably figure something out with the city to get that done. But the Chargers are going to be right here in San Diego because nobody wants them ass in L.A.
Privatized money always wins over public funding.
Yes, it do.
Want to talk about the rash of injuries. I mean, my fantasy league, everyone's fantasy leagues are shot, but we're noticing now that we have, on a constant Sunday football, Thursday football, Monday football, you have football out in London. You tell me these guys are not healing, and I mean, yesterday our boy Joe Flacco, Mr. Elite.
Yep.
Down goes Flacco. So how do we fix this?
Well, the thing is, ever since the new CBA came out, the collective bargaining agreement a couple of years ago, and they cut down on the 2-a-days, they cut down on the things in practice that you're supposed to do. I said back then that you're going to see so many injuries because you need that constant contact in practice because you have to get your body prepared to be hit, to hit. And since they cut things back like that, that's all you've been seeing is injuries left and right because guys' bodies aren't prepared. They try to make it lighter on themselves, and now they're making it harder on themselves because they're not conditioned properly. You can't do the things you used to do in the off season. You can't work out 2 or 3 times, during the OTAs or even in preseason. You cut down on your physical hit during preseason. And that kind of stuff takes its toll on the body in the sense that your body's not prepared to play. And that's the reason why you're seeing all these injuries.
You got it. CS, if you were looking into a crystal ball, tell me, who do you see this year potentially playing in Super Bowl 50?
If I was looking into a crystal ball, Lucy Liu would be my wife. And then she needs to stop calling me. But the way it looks right now, man, it looks like it's going to be a head first crash course with New England and Carolina, because both of those squads are balling, man. If the playoffs were to start right now, those teams have hit their stride and they're maintaining it. So right now, the way it looks, I mean, they're both undefeated. So I mean, it's an easy call for some people. But if you look at the team itself, on the offensive, defensive side of the ball, special teams, the backups, it looks like New England and Carolina are looking face to face for Super Bowl 50.
Oh, my goodness. CS, I'm going to tell you, it's been so great having you back on this show here. And like I said, the brotherhood continues. Tell us the best ways to get in contact with the great CS Keys.